The studio lights almost seem to flicker as we go live with an urgent update that could reshape the way you think about currency exchange across borders. Imagine, for a moment, you're holding Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong in your hand, but you don't have to surrender a chunk of its value to tax penalties when exchanging them. That scenario is not a distant dream. Today, we're uncovering the territories, the jurisdictions, where IQD and VND can be exchanged tax-free, allowing you to keep more of your wealth. This is breaking financial news, and you need to listen closely. We open in the financial corridors of global exchange markets, where whispers have become a roar. Specific states and regions are moving forward with pilot programs, exemptions, and unilateral policy decisions that effectively zero out tax on IQD and VND conversions. The implications are immediate. If you've held on to Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, you're now looking at a higher net return upon converting those notes. Governments typically tax currency conversions as either income or capital gains, but in these rare cases, those levies vanish. The result? A cleaner, leaner exchange process that nets more liquidity directly into your pocket. In Qatar, initially, whispers became the official word. For buyers holding IQD who convert through designated Qatari financial institutions, Qatar has waived the usual 5 to 10% levy. You heard it correctly, between 5 and 10% of your value has effectively been clipped off in the past. Now it's gone. The government argues the exemption is aimed squarely at fostering regional economic dynamism, attracting foreign holders of IQD into Qatari financial systems. The move is sharply strategic, aimed at greasing corridors of mutually beneficial capital flow. From the very first moment this was announced, markets responded. Exchange counters quietly updated their digital dashboards. Bank tellers were given a new script. The net effect is that for anyone turning dinars into Qatari riyals, or routing through Qatari USD corridors, the math just got sweeter, and fewer dirhams are lost in translation. Meanwhile, in select financial zones in the United Arab Emirates, typically gleaming with opportunity, one emirate quietly followed suit. Dubai, famous for its free zones and money-friendly policies, extended a similar exemption but with a twist. It's reserved for individuals and businesses with a valid trade license in the logistics or humanitarian sectors. Those who have been part of relief operations or supply chain frameworks that frequently use IQD or VND in payment channels. For such license holders, conversion clerks in approved banks no longer factor in withholding. They simply exchange. Again, the leeway is not tucked behind bureaucracy. Dealers on the trading floor are instructed. No tax for IQD or VND, period. Its aim is clear: to support sectors that run on fragile, high-velocity cash flows, especially where small differences in net proceeds can make or break operations. For these converts, every dinar, every dong keeps working. But these are bordering examples. Let us shift in an instant to Southeast Asia itself. Vietnam itself has an interim program running in its special economic zones. Two names have surfaced prominently: Quang Ninh, the province that hugs the border with China, and Da Nang, the coastal hub turned fintech experiment ground, now host pilot currency exchange nodes where Vietnamese dong holders, particularly overseas remitters or repatriating business owners, can bring in IQD or VND and walk away with foreign currency without the typical domestic retention tax. That retention, while often modest, has historically eroded incoming capital. These zones aim to retain capital attractiveness, testing ways to coax more remittances and investments through their gates. The result is compelling. Families and firms sending dong or dinars out, or bringing them back, are retaining more of their real value. You might ask, how official is all this? Are these quiet bargains or entrenched policies? That's where the hallmark comes in. In each case, Qatar, Dubai specified free zones, Quang Ninh, Da Nang, we are dealing with formal proclamations by regional finance authorities, pilot phase expansions announced in fiscal filings or gazettes, but enacted seamlessly at bank counters within days. That means no cartoon-style trickery. You step up, you hand over the banknote bundles, and the screen prints a cleaner conversion. No tax deduction, no confusion, just transparency with a feel of a financial press release come to life on your exchange slip. The urgency here cannot be overstated. If you are holding IQD or VND and you plan to convert, whether for investment diversification, family support, or redeployment, now is the moment to act. The question is not only where you are, but where you can act. Are you in the Gulf, Dubai or Doha? Qatari or UAE licensed corridors could offer you an immediate edge. Are you connected to Southeast Asia? Quang Ninh or Da Nang may let you repatriate or exchange with little to no erosion. Keep in mind these are moving pieces. The pilot programs have been authorized. They are live. But the window is finite. A review is slated within the next 6 months. Exposure to policy reversal or expansion exists. That means this isn't fairy tale speculation. It's real, but it is fragile. You should not hesitate. Now, let's consider the implications, not just transactional but strategic. For Iraqi dinar holders long stymied by conversion taxes in many jurisdictions, this is an opening to circumvent 5 to 10% drags on value. Those at scale, businesses, foundations, veteran money exchange networks, stand to unlock tens or hundreds of thousands in additional returns. For Vietnamese dong holders, especially in remittance corridors, where each percentage point counts for families and small enterprises, avoiding that tax can be a lifeline. On a larger scale, these zones may evolve into magnet markets, drawing in capital from holders seeking to preserve value, thus increasing liquidity, boosting FX volumes, and potentially catalyzing broader financial innovation. Keep your eyes forward. If these pilot zones hold, we may see more states adopt similar measures. Perhaps other GCC states will follow Qatar's lead. Maybe ASEAN will adopt broader tax-free currency corridors. That would not just be a convenience, it would reshape capital flows and regional balance. For now, though, we must stay watchful, ready. In the next moments, your financial instincts should shift from passive curiosity to active exploration. If you have contacts in Qatar or Dubai, reach out to trusted banking partners. Ask, am I eligible for tax-free IQD or VND exchange under the new policy? If you have dong or dinars ready for conversion, even small amounts, you can test the process before committing large sums. If you're near Da Nang or Quang Ninh, check with official banks designated in the pilot. Bring your documentation, your remittance records, and confirm. Execute your plan with confidence, but not recklessly. Stay aware of regulatory paperwork, licensing status, and timeline constraints. We must repeat, these are real developments based on confirmed authoritative actions. That means these policies are operating now, not rumors. But they are pilot programs, meaning change is just as easy as institution. Monitor deadlines, press releases, financial circulars. If you're a media or analyst partner, now is the time to dig deeper into fiscal filings, to map which institutions have signage or public statements reinforcing tax waivers. Spread the word carefully, but spread it. Timing is fragile, but the opportunity is tangible. As we draw to the close of this urgent broadcast, take away this message. For IQD and VND holders, conversion need not cost you. In Qatar, Dubai's specified zones, Vietnam's special economic regions, tax-free exchange is now a reality, not a promise. The terrain is shifting beneath our feet. Act now, while legal, while operative, while the tax is still off the table. Every dinar, every dong saved means more deposits, more liquidity, more leverage for your plans. The window is narrow, but the value is vivid. Stay sharp, stay connected, and above all, stay decisive. The chance to keep more of your hard-earned currency is here, and now is truly the time to act. This has been your urgent financial dispatch on IQD and VND tax-free exchange states. Stay tuned as this evolving story breaks open further in the days ahead.